What's up, everybody? It's Saturday at the National. We're at the Sports Cars Nonsense booth. It's Cody with you here. Mojobreak, the hype, live from the National. I got Raul Bustamante here. You know him stock and trade, and he's one of the best content creators in the hobby. I'll tell you, our owner, Doug, was the guy, I think, who turned me on to your stuff.
That's funny.
And he's like, have you seen this guy's stuff? This is hysterical, man. This is the funniest stuff. So
Doug is very nice.
We're big fans, so we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. Yeah, it's fun when I can do stuff like this and break away and just talk hobby, I guess, for the most part.
Well, there's no shortage of people to talk hobby with here as we're looking out, again, whatever day it is. It's day 3 or 4 at the National.
Yeah.
This is insane. Saturday's always the craziest day.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah. I got to ask you, how many Nationals have you been to?
This is only my 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went last year here, previous year in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And this is it so far. So
how's the vibe been this year compared to the last 2 for you?
So more people this year.
Yeah.
Surprisingly so, with being so close to other festivals and stuff like that. And then I'm a big person of sorry Cleveland, but night and day, Chicago to Cleveland, venue-wise. I do like Chicago's venue better than Cleveland.
I think that's pretty much across the board, maybe other than diehard Cleveland folks of no, I will die on this hill, the Cleveland Convention Center, absolutely. Yeah. That's a sacred place. I don't know, if you're out there, let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the thing is every time, I've done this one, I've been here in Atlantic City, and yeah, it's night and day.
I'd say I missed Atlantic City, but I didn't hear amazing things about Atlantic City.
Don't worry about it. You didn't miss much. Yeah. Although, you know what? It's got casino. It's got its charms, but being here, this place just feels built for it, and then obviously all the things to do.
It makes it easier walking places and doing all this stuff, and obviously, in the end, once you're on the showroom floor, you forget about all the other stuff outside of the venue, and then you can deal with it later.
Yeah, exactly. I want to hear a little bit about how you got into the hobby. I like to go over everybody's hobby history.
Sure.
Of how it all started. What was that spark? Was it just a family member, a mom or dad who got you into it, or friends or family? So do you remember that one thing that was I'm in, I'm hooked?
So what got me back? COVID got me back into it. More time on my hands. There's a lot of people nowadays. But the one player that got me back into it was Jordan. The Jordan documentary happened, and then I started looking into cards and stuff like that. I was like, oh, maybe I'll start looking into Jordan cards and seeing price points and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, and then all of a sudden you go down this rabbit hole of, oh man, people are collecting these. This is worth X. What is this? People are opening up boxes online. What is? So all of a sudden I fell in this rabbit hole of oh, I was cool. So I went to my local card shop, got some boxes, came back, and then the rest is history. It was just this steamroll, snowball effect of oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah. So Jordan, and well, you know what? I wanted to wait to talk the Bay Area stuff, but I can't.
That's fine.
If there's something about there's one thing you learn from talking to all of our team. We can't help ourselves, but basically our podcast is half cards and then half I don't know, talking about Bay Area freeways and talking about best spots to eat. So yeah, but are you PCing anybody Bay Area specific athletes? I know that's where you're
So I grew up an A's fan. I moved to Los Angeles. I hated the Giants growing up. Sorry, some of the people in the Bay Area.
It's fair. Yeah, it's all good. I won't take anything.
But in the end, what happened was the A's started dismantling their team, and I saw the writing on the wall, and then I started going to more Dodgers games. So now I'm a Dodgers fan.
Okay.
I still have love for the late 80s through 1990s A's. I was a big 3, Mark McGwire, all those guys. So I still have stuff in my collection from them.
Yeah.
I'm a big Mark McGwire fan. I grew up, he was a god to me as a kid. And then I randomly was growing up, I fell in love with Shaq. So I was a Shaquille O'Neal fan. I wasn't a basketball team fan. So I followed him around from team to team. It was one year I'm a Cleveland fan.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm so that type of stuff happened. And I'm a Niners fan. So
there you go. Yeah. All right. Well, we found common ground with the Niners.
There you go. There we go.
Yeah. We're all,
the Santa Clara 49ers.
Exactly. The Santa Clara 49ers, San Jose 40, whatever it is. Yeah, I know. I always say to everyone, because I did sports radio for a long time. And I worked up in San Francisco, commuted San Jose to San Francisco, and all of the guys in San Francisco complain, God, I can't believe I got to drive to Santa Clara now.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm this has been my entire life as a Bay Area fan. All we had was the Sharks, and I had to go to A's and Giants games, I had to go to Warriors games, so relax.
I mean, look, the 7 square miles of San Francisco, there wasn't like everyone was piling into,
Right.
Candlestick Park at any point in time. It was like they're ever coming all from the Bay Area.
Exactly.
So it's as long as it's in the vicinity, I think we're okay.
We're good. Yeah. Everything's fine. so you get back into collecting, and then, but what you're doing on the content side, I just think is the way it's taken off, because what I think what attracts me to it, why I love it so much, is it's one, just funny as hell, and then it toes that line too of like, it's great to get like this honest, funny content, and poking fun, and also, but you can tell like you're coming from a point of like you love this stuff, and it's refreshing. I feel like in this world of we do it too, of like the big booms and the big all that content and stuff. There's a place for it, but like it's nice to have something to mix it up with, like being honest, being funny about it, but also there's love for it as well.
I appreciate it, and that's always like the thing that I think about, right? Is like I love making this style of content. I think it's funny, so I just post it and hope for the best, and it's done its thing. But like I never want people to think that I am like negative hobby or like anti this, because I do everything in the hobby. Like personally, like I'll rip personal boxes, I get into breaks, I collect singles, I have a weird PC collection. Like I do all this stuff, and I think it's funny. I think it's if you ever talk to somebody that's not in the hobby and you explain to them what you're doing, it sounds so stupid.
It sounds insane.
It sounds like I'm a crazy person.
Yeah.
And that's how I started even doing this type of content. I think I was explaining grading to somebody that had no idea about it, and they were just like, that sounds idiotic. Why would you do something like that? And I was like, well, I don't know. They told me it was what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, you're right. But since figure, you know what? Yeah, you're right. What am I doing?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So it does. I'm glad that most people catch it coming from a good place of like, I do all this. I'm not saying it because I'm like anti anything. I'm just want to give you my true opinion in a funny way, as opposed to being like, I don't like clickbait stuff, so I'd rather do it this way.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I've always thought too, just like, if it's good enough, it's going to speak for itself. It's like, yes, follow trends and all that good stuff, but like, if the content's good, the videos are good, they're funny, they're entertaining, like it will speak for itself, it'll find its audience. And clearly, that's happening for you.
Yeah, people tend to gravitate toward it, they find it relatable, and what you see is what you get from me. If you talk to me in person, you're going to see the same person on the video that you see when I post stuff. So
you got a knack for it too. On the did you have a background doing any like acting or anything in the past? Okay.
So I'm a full-time actor. Yeah. I've been doing it in LA for 15 years now.
Okay.
So like TV, film, some movies, stuff like that. It was an easy transition. I started realizing before I was just posting like cards that I ever hit, and I was like, oh yeah, look, there's a picture. And then I started thinking, I was like, I should just like do what I'm doing in my daily life on this and see what happens, and it's worked out. So
what a journey to be like, you go to LA with the thought of like, well, I'm going to try to work this out. And did you ever in a million years think this is where this path is going to take me?
No.
And I know you got stuff going on with Arena Club and all that, so like to make it in this space from that spot.
Zero. But the one thing I will say about me throughout my life is I've always just been like, all right, this is what I want to do now, and I'm never scared of like pivoting and making a transition. So like I love that this has happened because of like the people I've met, like the industry that this is. It's something that I'm passionate about, which is always great. But like I've done so many other things. Like I've been in real estate for 7 years. I was an actor. I was in the fitness industry. And I did all these things that I found enjoyable and I could make a living doing. And like there's always some pivot. So who knows, maybe 5 years from now, my collection is in a closet somewhere and I'm not doing this content anymore. Hopefully not, because I really enjoy it.
Right.
But I always tell everyone, just don't be afraid to pivot. Like whatever you did doesn't mean you wasted time. It just leads you to the next thing that you hopefully are enjoying.
Just be ready for, we still have our real estate in the metaverse, so we're ready.
You never know.
With the next pivot in 2030, we'll be at Metaverse Con in the digital space. So
exactly.
We're ready for it.
You're the real estate king of the metaverse, and people are like, hey,
Absolutely. I love that she said that story, because I do think I've met so many people that have that similar story of just like, this is where I was going in my career, and like this whole industry, this hobby is opened up. Like from personal experience, like I said, I did sports radio, and like never would have thought this would have been the spot I was going to. But in 2020, there was no sports going on, and like the only stories we could talk about were $5 million, $5 million bag Trout card, $2 million LeBron card.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is going on in this space?
It's wild, and I think the opportunity is still there. I think a lot of people are even nervous to get into stuff now because they feel like, oh, you might be hitting a ceiling. But I tell everyone, content creators, like, I mean, the sports card nonsense is like a perfect example. Like, how many industries can you get into with a podcast and grow to the extent that this company did?
Right.
And still have room for other people to come in and do the same. Like, if you could do tech, if you do pop culture, if you do fashion, doing that is almost nearly impossible now.
Yeah.
But doing it in this space is by far way more possible than any other major industry. So it's crazy the growth potential is still there.
Yeah, it 100% is. And it's, I think too, you said it, like, I think the biggest part of the potential growth is it's the sports stuff too, but then like you're seeing so much more of a Pokemon presence. You're seeing so much more of like an entertainment presence. Like for me, like I was walking the show floor and the stuff that I gravitated to was like Disney stuff and like that type of stuff. So it's just gonna keep getting crazier and crazier.
That's the fun part, right? There's something for everybody.
Right.
Like I'm the same way. I like Disney. I like Erling Haaland. I like all these specific things, and I can go into a showroom and find it all, you know. But somebody that hates everything that I can go find whatever they want, which is great. I love it.
I know you've been doing a lot of stuff. You've been busy, but like, if you had a chance to kind of go on the show floor and be like, add stuff at your own PC, or
Zero. I made a post just today about like. I said, do you want to see my top pickups from the National? And it's just pictures of me holding nothing 5 times in a row. And it's just because I've been working or I've had the time. And so my goal, I set myself up, I was like, I'm gonna get in here even earlier than I've been getting here. Just walk up here in this part of the showroom, which is on the 2nd floor, if people don't know, and find some soccer stuff and hopefully pick up some things.
Nice.
That's my goal. At least Sunday, last day, I can do it. Otherwise, like, man, I'll be real. That'll be the only thing I regret if I don't try and do it.
At least something. Come on with something. Who specifically are you looking for?
Erling Haaland, yeah. So he's been a PC collector. I've been doing it for like 4 years now. Okay. So I've collected a lot of his stuff for a long time, and thankfully the world knows about him now. Because I was banging the drum about him for 4 years, being like, you guys have no idea A, how good this guy is, and B, how funny he is, and like all this stuff. And now everyone knows, but they're all wanting to buy the same things. You were there when they're, to go in music terms, like Erling was the opening act. Yeah. And you're like, no, man, this guy's the real deal. Yeah. You guys were all sleeping on him. I do feel a certain way about it, and it's a double-edged sword. Happy he's getting notoriety, but also kind of bummed that I have to pay 5x his price for cards now. Again, it goes with watching your favorite band make it. You're like, come on, guys. Used to be me in a small venue. Now I'm in a concert. Right. I can't call him a sellout, but it's the same idea. But he did good. Yeah. Erling has been amazing. Like, our whole social media team is in love with. They've been like, how much during the World Cup? It was like every day, like, what new Erling Haaland thing can we do today? It's great. Just keep it going. And it's been him his whole career, which is awesome. Like, it's just, it's great. It's good to see it. I'm happy to see it. Hopefully, I can find something here that's. My goal is to always come to these shows and find something more like short print that I can't find on eBay or something like that. And hopefully, usually I run into something, but we'll see. Just the growth of soccer in general. It's great. Has been amazing. I mean, obviously, you've got riding off of the World Cup, but like 2 huge, especially stateside, to see guys like Lewandowski, Griezmann, now being in the MLS, and Griezmann specifically being into this space so much. Yeah, it's wild, right? It's wild to see. Yeah. It's like, it's finally, I feel like for the last 5 years, we've been, banging the drum on like soccer in general. Like, it's gonna happen. The 26 World Cup, just wait. Yeah. And to see it actually happen now. It's great. I love it. I think it's a good, I got into soccer through breaks. And the community in soccer for cards, I think, for me, and no disrespect to anyone, is like second to none. I think that they're like, love of the game, they're like the social aspect of like them just wanting to talk about the game, the players, the stats, they know the history. It's there, It reminds me a lot about the baseball community, the people that really do love the game. Yeah. And I feel like most of the soccer community really truly like adores the game and its history. And it's really allowed me to learn about it. So now I just love watching soccer now. That's a great point. And it's, as a baseball guy, like, I have grown more and more to understand that there's so much in common with baseball and soccer fans, and even just the vibe of going to a game where it is not this constant, like,
you know, it's you go to, you know, to quote the kids, you're going for the vibes. You know? And and we were just at we were at a game, San Jose Earthquakes recently, and it was like, yeah, I get this.
Yeah,
I get what this
there's a really nostalgic and sentimental thing to it, I think, because of the age of both those sports, right? So, I just love it. I think they both have a similar line.
There is. There 100% is. I want to get back to what you're working on your content side, and how you're sort of, like I said, sort of towing that line between the hobby side and bringing the entertainment side. Do you envision some like bigger plans of like, man, I would love to do this or this? Like, what's like the next step?
Yeah, I think the next step is meshing both worlds. Right? The goal is to create like a scripted or narrative style comedic aspect to this hobby, and put it first hopefully on social media, and then hopefully grow it from there. I think that, you know, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with, like, you know, Fanatics has production companies, you know, even like Dick's Sporting Goods is starting to have their own production companies, and I feel like we're going to start to see more and more of this, not only like athletic documentary style productions, but there's going to be some hopefully narrative form stuff coming out, and I want to be a part of that to show like the comedic side of it all, and to keep doing what I'm doing, but more in like a little bit of a longer form, if that makes sense. And yeah, I've got some things that I'm working on, and they're fairly close to still working through, but we're hopefully it'll come out sooner than later.
That's exciting. Yeah. That's very exciting to hear. And you know, there's a wealth of potential special guests you can get out here. I mean, you walk the show floor, you just run into anyone and everyone here that is, you know, in the world of sports and entertainment and stuff. That's the crazy thing, is after Fanatics Fest, it was like every star on the planet, it felt like, was out there. And the same is true here. Yeah. Every place I'm walking past, and I'm like, there's a player that I know, that guy, and it's cool to see them here in the thick of it with the true with the collectors, you know.
And I think the collectible aspect of it all really plays in. I think a lot of us as kids wanted to collect something, and so there's that nostalgic feeling that everyone, because I think that's why even these athletes and these celebrities get into it too, because just like any of us, they're like, oh yeah, they want a piece of that nostalgia. They want to know what it feels like again. So
let's scratch an itch right now, because look, we're at the National, and I gotta open something. We're ripping this to wrap things up today. 25-26, Topps basketball. Maybe we get a Cooper flag. So
hopefully,
let's do it. Let's do a little pack battle. We'll split the box. Good luck.
We'll do it up. I'm just exciting. This is the second box I've ripped at Nationals. So like,
really?
Yeah, you would be surprised. Usually I get a chance to rip more.
Here, we'll set that aside.
Yeah. Here, we're not animals. We don't want to do that first.
We're not animals. Yeah, exactly. Come on now. All right.
All right.
What would you say the biggest sport in your PC? I know you were talking a lot of basketball with MJ. Do you think basketball is like the most that you have
in my PC? Erling Haaland is by far.
Erling, yeah. But what would you say for sport? Soccer number one, and then basketball?
Soccer number one, basketball is in there number two. You'd be surprised. I think number two might be more like, I have a lot of Disney stuff.
Yes.
So I do like Disneyland memorabilia.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you liked it, but
you're a man after my own heart.
My favorite product the last few years was the Disneyland 50th anniversary bag.
It was the biggest hit in our house.
It was great. I loved everything about it. The relics, everything about it was like one of the most fun I've ever had. I bought cases and cases for my stream. We went through them all. I did breaks. But like everyone really enjoyed it because I know so much about Disneyland, so I was just so into everything.
Oh my gosh! Okay, how much time do we got? We got another 50 minutes, because now we can go off, because we're a big Disneyland family.
Nice.
Did annual passes for a year.
I love it.
And my son, full on obsessed, got back and like couldn't stop listening to Haunted Mansions music. That's now just like seared into my brain.
It's funny how it ingrains in the kids. So like my oldest is the same way. I have a 5-year-old. He's like, we take him occasionally because we're in Southern California, and he loves it. Now we have to get passes probably soon, but we'll see how it goes. But it's great, and that product itself I don't think got enough notoriety. But I'm also kind of fine with it because I like still buying it at the regular price. So.
Same. Yeah, because we ripped a couple hobby boxes at home. My son literally setting aside like, oh, that's Dad's favorite ride, that's Mom's favorite ride. Sweet. It was really sweet. And then we get through the two boxes. He goes, all right, where are the rest?
You're like, well,
I got two.
Yeah, we got two.
I was happy to get two. So, who we got?
Kristaps. We got Kristaps.
Little number Kristaps. That's
not too shabby.
Current Golden State Warrior.
We'll take it.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Kristaps
played all the 15 games last year for the Warriors.
You know. Remember when he was like a whole thing with him?
Oh man, the Kristaps like. that was a whole different era of New York Knicks basketball.
Yeah.
Of like,
He's
the savior.
so much hype.
Didn't quite happen. But,
Yeah.
what do we got here? Okay, let's see.
Let's see.
Havoc Marks auto.
Whoa!
Jason Williams.
All right.
Number to 99.
White chocolate?
A little white chocolate action on the auto.
There we go.
Of course, we're going NorCal.
If I'm not going to get a rookie, I don't mind a throwback.
That's cool.
You know?
And we've had him in the building at Mojobreak, so that's even cooler. There you go.
Very cool.
One of our guys, Alex, will be mad at me if I don't say light the beam right now. So
Light the beam.
Light the beam. Whatever. So all right, we'll take that.
I lived in Sacramento for a little while, so that was the whole thing.
There you go. Got a
They love their kings.
VJ rookie. There's a guy that got
That's a fun one.
He's Missy right there. It's not bad. Not bad. Jason Williams.
All right, you got the auto. You do the.
All right.
You had the better luck, so hopefully we'll get something nice in
in
the silver pack.
Okay. There we go.
All right, warming
them up. Get some hot hands.
Come on, give you a numbered card here.
All right, we got Igor Demin.
All right,
here.
All right. Look at that.
Show it
off. Up.
Nolan. Traore. Okay. Let's see. Next one.
All right.
Yannick. Oh man, this Niederhauser. There we go.
And.
Oh, hey, orange.
Watkins out of 25.
We'll take that.
See, hot hands. Glad we had you open it.
Not bad.
Yeah,
we'll take it. And then a Jameer base. Hey, not
bad.
bad.
Too shabby, dude.
I wasn't bad at all for a few packs, but man, Raul, this was fun, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Dude.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Let everybody know where they can find you and what you got coming up.
I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, but the best place to find me is Instagram, stock_trade. I do my best to respond to everyone. If you support me, I'm happy to give you a little bit of my time. So please, come say hi.
Hopefully we see you at Disneyland.
Yeah, for sure. Down.
Corn dogs, whatever the snack of choice is.
I'm corn dog all the way.
Corn dog, yeah. The little red wagon, folks. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Use the app.
There you go. Definitely use the app.